following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Each one of these piles is missing a different bone. What? Why were you... What? Are you doing this on purpose, or...?
That's not very humorous.
Of course! Of course!
And if I didn't only have gold, I would be out of money again. But they can't use this gold.
Oh no, don't get to me. Just encourage it. Oh, there's your busty friend. I must introduce myself. After all, she saved my life from the witchery. A very special friend. Why is you trouble?
You trouble me.
If they are so The crowd heads over towards you. You see the dangerous walk of an obvious badass.
And Radomir.
And Radomir. Like a cat walking unconcernedly across a courtyard.
Style analysis.
How good?
Pretty fucking good.
Like how much?
It would be.
Does it degree matters?
Yes, I do. I know.
Efficiency ratio, and then you have to counterbalance that with your current intelligence level and fatigue levels. Now, once you have ththose figures, you go to your 213J.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we're playing GURPS.
I learned it all.
God, you're not far wrong, eh?
I learned it all.
Okay, so Maximilian van Uber is a Grandmaster of the sword. He would have studied under who the fuck cares. He's a Grandmaster.
Yeah.
He has no flaws or holes in his technique, as far as you're able to tell from a walk.
Yeah.
He would... Yeah, I mean... He is basically a sword... He's a blade master.
I didn't realise. So, I get a +2 on all attack rolls against him now.
Yep.
Do you know how long that lasts?
It actually lasts like a week or something, doesn't it?
It's a +2 for a year.
Wow. Nice.
A fucking
Takes
year!
a year for his style to change enough that you don't...
The problem is, it's like, okay, that +2 is kind of necessary for fighting the Blade Master. It's like Grand Mastery is like serious bonuses.
Pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb. You so need to get there if you get... Mind you, getting there is fucking impossible, so...
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you just killed a guy with an egg.
Right up there.
So he will sweep through the crowd to you with a flourishing bow. Every position of his foot during the bow is ready. And obviously, he has analyzed you, and he is ready to counteract exactly what you would have done.
And that's what I'm noticing as
well. You know it. And you know he knows it.
And he knows that you know that he knows it.
In your professional estimation, there is probably not a surprise attack you could launch that he's not ready for.
Apart from the hidden weapons.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure.
Yeah, but I wouldn't...
Because you stand in a certain way as well. And have walked a lot.
You're not the only one with style analysis.
It's good to have his sword around him yet.
Yeah. I mean, in order to really lock things down, you actually need to see someone fight.
Yeah.
But you were on a hunt, which is just as good, so I figure it's okay. So yeah, he has greeted you. And there's Sir Radimir.
I see you, Sir Max. I notice you're not taking me as lightly as before.
So obvious it is.
Only to the trained.
My office stands open. A lot of champions charge, but of course, I would not charge you after such great service you offered. You're proficient with the bow, but there's much to learn with the sword. True art, subtlety.
I'm always willing to learn more about the sword.
It is noble, dignified, and of course, very.
Time and place, and I'll be there.
Any time, any place, I will make time.
If we had a decent area that was not so open for eyes to watch.
No such place in the Free City. But as soon as you're allowed, he says with an eye roll, access to the inner city, you must come to my compound. I have private training facilities there.
So if there is any place here you'd like to put on a show, I'll be quite willing to join you.
Perhaps you should also ask Sir Reinhardt. He may wield the hammer, but he is a large man.
I think he would enjoy.
There's much to learn from that.
I might ask him tonight. How about we
Of
set a
course,
time?
you'll stay at the same inn.
How about we set a time for tomorrow?
Very good.
And I'll ask if Sir Reinhardt will join us and have Saphira join us as well.
Sir Reinhardt is a very expensive tutor.
But he may.
And coming up on the tournament, you can guarantee a lot of young hopefuls will be begging for time.
He might wish just to come and watch.
Who knows?
I see you did well.
Yes, so Adamic rigmarole.
Bust.
He did well enough. But of course, these areas, hunting is a young man's game. But still, the company was more than expected. I'm sure he will have much to tell you. Anyway, I must be going. Training and such. I will see you tomorrow, perhaps. Of course. Oh, I didn't mean to ask. Did you manage to settle the young woman that was rescued?
We're looking after her at the moment, getting her back to some normality. I mean, it is very hard to be.
That would be, in my opinion, very difficult. But I admire you for trying. Be wary.
We've been through many trials, and this is just but one more.
Then you know someone who is worth keeping an eye on when you see them. Well, I will be on my way. And he bumbles ignorantly off like an ignorant noble who knows nothing. What a happy lad.
Yeah. But he'll be walking away, so again,
I wouldn't.
no, I wouldn't, but what I'm saying is, I know that he isn't ignorant, because I've dealt with him. All the things he said were important.
I mean, some of them might have been.
Yeah.
I don't want to confirm what the money is.
Yeah.
Help Thomas Drake.
And there's also the stuff he's told Radimir.
Yeah, but,
he hasn't even told you yet.
Let's say the whole group meets up. You're done with your drawing. You've had a hop of something to eat. Played with scribbles for a bit. Because of course he stayed behind.
He's going to stay behind, fair enough.
It's a rat. You're traveling with a predator.
What? Saphira?
Oof.
Oh, sorry, that's only for young women.
Oof.
with virtues.
Dude, if she's older than 8, it's not pedophilia, it's a medieval scene.
Or Japan.
I was about to say, he's not wrong. Ask Muhammad. Oh, any Muhammad.
That's gonna be a strike.
No, if you
Poor
blink that,
Muhammad
it's still
Ali's
strike.
like, what did I do?
I just wanted to sell a grill.
This city is strange. There was a lynching. They're
peasant mobs and for the whole family.
they're trying to hang a witch, and they said if the egg cracks on the witch.
Oh, the egg trick?
Yeah, they were using the egg.
But I did it on the guy.
Yeah. That's how you get out of it, and then they pitchfork
And then they
him to
kill the
death,
guy.
and you run the fuck away.
Is that normal?
It's
No,
usually
it's not normal. This is Romania. It's the least normal place in the world. And keep in mind that I lived literally 40 miles away from a kingdom run by a lich. And I'm still calling Burmania abnormal.
Strömblood was fond of the drowning thing, but
Oh, if they weigh the same as a duck?
yeah, but
Yeah.
you just end up with a bunch of corpses stuck in a river.
Well, at least they died free and virtuous. See, this is going to be horrifying.
Well, then you end up
Your
with
God
water
hasn't brought up
pollution.
his ass about justice.
Oh my,
Which makes jobs for
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
remove them.
You just got back from doing exorcisms and things. Things, so descriptive. That's why you can pay
So-
me the big bucks.
while I was sleeping,
Oh, tell me more about your sleeping. Did you
I-
have nice dreams?
I'll blush.
Oh.
anyway, I started mapping out the place Roman is staying at, and I'll show you what I've got so far.
How did you get?
You did this how?
No.
Wow, that's pretty good. It looks like an
Impressive.
8-year-old drew it. That's actually really good for the standards.
It looks like a what?
An 8-year-old drew it.
I couldn't
an 8-year-old
access
noble,
these
right?
rooms, but I worked out their dimensions based on the other rooms I could.
Noble, right?
Yeah.
So, you've had that before. You couldn't get into rooms, wasn't it?
Never as many in the same place.
Yes, but we know the reasons why you couldn't.
This
get into
place
those.
is also...
By any chance, did you find the treasure there?
No, I'm planning on going back tonight.
Are you sure it's safe?
It doesn't seem particularly safe,
How
but
did you sneak in there?
Frederick is helping me out.
Yes, but if he's busy elsewhere,
I can leave if things get bad.
They don't explain a lot.
Call me ignorant. Don't actually do that or I'll rip your throat out.
That would be aggressive.
I mean, it would be. But how did you get access to this place? Who's Frederick? How can you just go back whenever you want?
Do you like long
How do you
stories?
have any problems?
Do you like weird,
I like
long stories? So, to sum it up, I used the dreaming, and Frederick is an entity that we made accidentally. That protects the dream.
Oh, the Dream Slayer.
Yeah,
Frederick, call it Frederick. That's cute.
that was his
was
name
his name.
when he was a man.
It's more like we didn't so much
create
create him entirely, but we made him what he became.
Of course you did. And then death itself showed up, gave you a business card, and killed all your enemies.
That
That would be really convenient. But we do have a lot of
that
those
tends to happen
cards.
more with our allies.
How was your day? I tracked down a dog.
We hunted buck.
Ah, man, if he was any tougher, he'd be a Spartan.
Took me a while.
It's okay, it's late and you're kind of dumb. That's good. You all need pretty much all the friendship you can get. So hunting is a noble pursuit. I tracked down a dog. Not that that's comparable, but But Longshanks here actually has a job, a real one.
Yes. In fact, I should probably head off early so I can.
What is this job?
I have to escort a young
Wait for
maiden
it.
to a private function and make sure that no shenanigans go on, essentially.
What? Hold on.
You begin to see why I'm so incredibly pleased.
Are you sure you're up to this?
Yes,
Oh, I
I'm
imagine he'll be
considering.
up to it all right.
I'm considering this a test of sorts.
One given to you by Tor, is what you're saying?
I suppose so. Yes.
Oh, he hasn't got to the best bit. Tell them about the best part. The money.
Oh. Perhaps we should not mention the money in such a. We're actually, because I'm guessing we're in the common.
No, it would be up in one of the rooms.
Yeah, up in the room.
We only
Okay.
because we won't be talking about Frederick in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I don't imagine he'd be flashing
The
around the
fucking
parchment
punch.
on a noble's
True.
the first floor of a noble's palace sketched on it going, look what I got in the dream world, everyone! Basically confessing to having the floor plans of a noble's establishment and being a witch at the same time. Now, I don't think that happens somehow.
I don't think the egg trick's going to get us out of that one.
I'll just unravel the letter and
What?
That was the whole payment?
that's
Oh,
just
no.
the down payment.
That's the down payment.
What? What?
So Saphiro got paid 20,000
Imperium
Imperium marks as the down payment for this job.
Who gave you this job?
Oh, it was a tall, dark stone house.
Yeah, the people in these nice black taverns. Very fancy place.
I'm very impressed that he took the job. And am completely not going to tell him what that place was.
Well, what do you mean? You know what that place was?
Let's say it's a very noble house that chooses not to exist within the walls.
But this isn't going to.
What's the clause in the contract?
No, it's pretty straightforward. She just has to be safe and not fuck anyone.
Because there's going to be drinking and
And
That-
if,
basically
that's
a
it.
pre-wedding celebration.
and if you fail at this, because I'm guessing with 20,000 marks.
Oh no, he won't fail. He wouldn't be that dumb.
Why would I fail?
Exactly. No, he won't fail.
Can you take Sulin with you?
I wouldn't.
No.
I feel like she would do a better job, though.
If you want, I'll go with you. I can be your noble dog.
I don't know if
Woof.
they'd like any sudden new additions to the
That would probably be bad.
sprung on them.
That being said, I mean, how hard can it be? You're a big lad, you've got a hammer. You've got your own t-shirts.
I'm going to ignore that last.
You probably should.
So yeah, I should try and get at least a little bit of rest before I go and put on something to smell nice. I still can't quite get the smell of leather out.
I would suggest going to the bathhouse.
Yes, I am.
I'd also suggest praying for Tor's help. Extra than normal. Not for
Oh,
you.
I was
Honestly,
going
it's like
to.
if you want a cleric, I'd say why bother? The gods don't care. I mean, obviously you're different because you're like special.
I was going to pray and basically help me overcome this test.
I don't know which test you're doing this for, but there's probably more than one in this.
Life is a test, and well, you took the job, so.
That's an obscene amount of gold. What's the total payment?
I mean, you could buy a tavern with that. A whole tavern.
I don't even know what the total payment
Was
is.
it not on your
Maybe I
contract?
should work for you guys. I could become stinking rich.
Oh, we've had more than this.
Well, you went to the Perchstone and got the treasure, so...
We had more than that.
We had more than that.
What?
Well, we had to pay for an army.
Well, that wasn't really ours.
True, but we still paid for a whole army.
Just on the money we've come into post the Parchstone, we could have funded a company of men.
Oh no, this wasn't a company. This was a full
Have you
army.
Have you considered using some of your wealth to put on a function, or like you've got nobleman money?
Oh,
You
we
can
don't have that now.
You can do things with that.
Oh, we still have a bunch of money though.
Not enough to do that.
But if that's the down payment, look, trust me, I know money. I know money. I'm a lone wolf. LOAN.
Oh,
That's what I did. 20,000 marks is your down payment?
Imperium marks at that.
You're looking at a 200,000 mark payout. That's 10%. With that kind of money, you can build a lot of friends very quickly. Throw a banquet, have a feast, put on a little pre-tournament contest out in the Free City, hire a troupe of acrobats to entertain the peasants in your name. You can do so much with that money, it's not funny. Why not buy an inn and make more money?
You know what would be a good idea?
Yes. But go on.
What you said, but we could also get... Roya's very skilled at writing, like, songs and so forth, right?
Yes.
Oh, she is.
So she could... What if she wrote a play about our exploits up in the north?
For you see, 'twas Roman
She's got one written, hasn't she?
with a hand of Roman
She's got songs
gripped
written,
the
but I
spear,
mean more of a play for play as
struck down the
actors.
Duke.
But we tell the truth in the play.
And then you pay the criers to spread that truth.
No, people come to the performance and they see the whole
Yes,
thing.
but to get it around faster and more.
That spreads the word of the performance, yes.
we just have the performance be free.
Yeah. All we're paying is for the actors and for the word to be spread. Then people just need to show up and be entertained.
So, well, you're off soon, aren't you? So
Yes, I should get going now.
before you leave, I'm going to see Sir Reinhardt tonight and ask him if he wants to come to a
Shindig?
no, me and Sir Max are going to duel
Spa.
spar.
So you're gonna die.
No,
He's
So
a
to be
dangerous man.
sparring in the same way that
He's
we
known
sparred
to
and
provide-
yes,
trained.
that's what it is. I was going to ask if Sir Reinhardt would like to join, and you as well.
I mean, he uses quite a
In the town.
bigger hammer than I do, but I'm sure there's still some things he could
Teach you.
teach me.
Also, you do need to look. Also, have you considered reserving some of your soon-to-be-had wealth and sponsoring fighters in the tournament? Like prizes for meritorious acts, even if they don't necessarily win. People love that shit. Also, you should sponsor some Underdome work.
Well,
The peasants love that shit.
I was going to head into the Underdome,
There you
and
go. you
Braun
smart.
wants a rematch.
Who's Braun?
He was the previous champion of
He's
the
a
Underdome.
big,
Large, big?
huge.
Ah.
He-
Like that big?
Bigger?
Ooh.
A little bit bigger than me, not as big as Sir Reinhardt.
you'll meet him tonight.
Oh, should I dress up?
No, he's just in the bar below us. You'll hear him soon.
Before we depart, Sir Maxwell mentioned something on the hunt. Many factions we are not aware of have begun to attempt to twist us and our purpose here for their own whims. People already believe we are embroiled in their game
Told
to
you.
the highest level.
Told you twice.
But Sir Maxwell was instructed not to do anything about recent events by his father.
His father probably doesn't want to put his
That
son
would be
into danger.
Talisman Vanuba. I've dealt with some of their marshals. Really hard bargainers. But kind of on the dumb side.
I'm sure he's protecting his son because we are dragging him into these things.
Oh no, he's already dragged in.
Yes.
He's being seen with you idiots.
He has
yes.
already been
Worship
I
included.
mean, we did intentionally get involved with them. We did not mean to.
Well, it wasn't intentional. It was a.
If I'm going to be charitable, you couldn't have known the kind of shitstorm you were heading into.
Well, I mean, it was intentional that we
Wanted to meet
curried his
someone.
favour, but it wasn't intentional to drag him into the mess of it all. If you follow me.
I think I'm beginning to see more and more why my father kept me from the city. But there was another thing. Talisman had instructed his marshal to begin investigating your friend Roman.
I wouldn't call him a friend,
Actually, don't do that ever again.
especially around Saphiro.
Well, they have.
I interpreted it as sarcasm, but
Talisman is suspecting the stories aren't true. It has his marshal looking into the rumors.
It's very.
He has a lot of marshals. They basically run the entire estates while they spend their time fighting and drinking and hunting.
I think we should tell him now. He needs to know. We haven't told him all about what happened up north.
well, by all means, I have to get going. But if you and Edram wish to regale him with,
The problem with telling him what happened up north is that there was a lot of magic involved that we were specifically involved in.
That's why it can only stay in this room and why we've avoided it to this point.
I'm looking at you.
Oh, she's just watching the brat run around you. Sort of like scamper across your shoulders and that.
Roman's
It's not
evil.
for eating.
I know that!
I had begun to work that out.
Roman had amassed an army.
Well, the Frostwalker.
Yes, but he was with them.
Roman wasn't the top dog up north.
He wasn't top dog on either side.
I'll bid you all farewell,
That's Mercy's experience.
and I'll duck out.
He was top dog on our side. Is that the right term?
Well,
You,
he led the armies of the north.
You all know, I have some bad news for you. This is like pack lore, but the Frostwalker is no man.
No, we
You
know
know, if you
this.
think you've just killed a man, you're wrong. The Frostwalker is an ancient imprisoned creature of some kind.
Yeah, we know this, but the one that killed him knew that.
She was a
did the
priestess of the
ritual,
Dark God.
I have a lot of respect for the Dark God. He's powerful. Don't cross him. But he has to be ended.
So it was the Frostwalker was destroyed. We know this. It's true. We defeated the armies with the help of the Romanians,
This is ice.
the Zeiss, and
A lot of mercenaries.
a lot of mercenaries.
So, you know, the sad thing is I can smell you're not lying. Like, sometimes you do.
We lie a lot
Yeah, I know.
for reasons.
I know. You're talking to someone who literally has to tell people that they're a normal human being. I get lying. But
We defeated Roman in one of the caverns, and we froze him in ice and threw him down into the pit.
and yet here he is.
And yet here he is, and he knows of us.
That was after Saphira killed him in his chambers.
Well, he's dragon marked, though, so that's not surprising.
He has a lot of wizards. He has resurrection jewelry.
He also was an avatar for a god.
Pharaoh-Sadar.
Pharaoh-Sadar.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Why?
That's a powerful god you're talking about there in a new one.
Yes, we know.
Spoils of the hunt, victory, conquest, very appealing.
Yeah, we met her. And it. Don't ask
Messing
about
with
the
gods
it.
is dangerous.
Well, the god had no problem with us. She just was unhappy that he lost, which
To us.
to us.
So that makes you the new favourites.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh.
This Roman, what did he?
What
has
did he
done
do?
to you specifically?
He has a personal hate for Saphiro.
Well, I'm guessing he didn't throw you into a hole and imprison you in here with a magic seal because you refused to bite a bunch of innocent people.
Well, it wasn't the biting, but he did do that.
He did seal us in a pit that he expected us to die in,
And we nearly did.
and we nearly did. And then we got out and dethroned him from Merlin.
So he was a prime minister.
No.
No.
The Prime Minister was kind of his pawn. In the end, we found the Prime Minister tried to use Roman, but got used himself.
Oh, I wonder if that's happening here.
That is what's happening here. But again, you can't...
Do you get the feeling you've taken a step into a much larger world that you really, really wished wasn't real?
We
Every day.
had tried to dissuade you from following us or being with us because...
This happens.
This happens, we're marked, and this is our path we must follow.
But if you're marked, then you're destined.
That's...
One of you could potentially be that chosen one. Assuming, of course, the actual chosen one of the prophecy didn't throw it away for no good reason.
That's not, from what I've read, how it works.
Well, I hope you're right, because one of those chosen, they're going to save the world. So, it could be him. You don't know.
That's it, it could be him. It could be one of us. It could be one of the others we've met along the way.
Don't you just want to kiss these lips?